Full Bravehearts all over the world. Thank you for joining in. It's another Perfect Day Lifestyle Q&A with Sandra May and me.
Hello, Braveheart Nation. Here we come back at you, the two best girls on Dr. Darwal's team.
Exactly. We're going to keep that one. Exactly. So Sandra is in West Kelowna
Yes.
and I'm here in Calgary. So we're going to be taking questions from Facebook. If there's any other questions that pop up on any of the other platforms, I'm not sure. I know that we can't answer Instagram, but any of the other platforms, we should be able to figure that out after we're done. But we're going to go through a few of our products, our flagship products, and hopefully we'll keep it to an hour this time. Last time we were here for a couple hours. We were just rocking it, and the time just went by fast. So we will get started.
Absolutely.
So you can turn to the slide there, Carla. Okay, well, it's what do we do with this perfect day, and why would we even think of adding nutraceuticals? You know, when we're living in the world that we're living in right now, there's absolutely no way that we can get our nutrition from what we eat all by itself. Absolutely no way. 75 years ago, sure. But our ground is so depleted, our water is polluted, our air is polluted, our everything is polluted. Our bodies are so stressed. And, we keep our body in that sympathetic nervous system. We don't give ourselves permission to slow down and be in the parasympathetic nervous system. So we've got to figure out how we can raise the body's vibration. And our food definitely does it, but is it going to get us where we need to be? No, it's not going to. We cannot do it. I remember I went back to school and took holistic nutrition because I thought there's got to be a way I can eat my way to health. You can't do it anymore. You can't do it anymore. You need nutraceuticals. And I'm not talking supplements. I'm talking nutraceuticals. Nutraceuticals are high vibrational. They are natural. There's no additives. There's no chemicals. There's no side effects except health. So let's get going. Our first one we're going to talk about is the structured water. So with the structured water, let's see that slide. I'm going to bring it up here. Yay.
Talk through it. It protects without filtering. It restores water to its natural state. It creates the lowest surface tension in the water, holds light energy. Absolutely amazing benefits. I love talking about the structured water. I could talk about this all day long, I think. So when we wipe clean that cellular memory of the water, it is the way nature intended us to consume. And that's nature, right? That's what the divine or God, whatever you want to say, has provided for us, is a nice clean slate that's going to go into our bodies. After all, we are electrical energy and we are water, and then calcium ions and iodine ions. So getting good water in that cellular memory has been wiped clean is going to be very key to help our bodies. Like Lorraine said, diet alone, it's a foundational step, but we need to start adding in more things. We need to educate ourselves to know what else we need to be doing for our bodies. What do you think, Lorraine?
Yeah, and when Sandra talks about wiping that
Cellular memory?
cellular memory of the water. Water has the ability to carry so much energy. We are just scratching the surface on knowing how much water can carry. So absolutely everybody or everything that has encountered that water is still in it. That vibration is still in it. So when we structure it, I'm not getting the vibration of Joe Blow who had the water before me, or I'm not getting the vibration of any, like nowadays, there's so many people taking supplements, and a lot of times, most of the time, let's correct that, they do not get absorbed in the body well. So you end up peeing them out. And that gets flushed down the toilet, and all that water goes to the water treatment plant, and then it gets purified or whatever the heck they do, and back at us. But they're not looking at the vibration. And there's where the problem lies. So we still get the vibration of absolutely everything that was in there. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. If you can take that cellular memory of the water and restructure it and bring it back to what nature actually gave it to us as, we're going to hydrate the body 1,000 times better. And when the body's hydrated better, those cells are able to move better. Just think of when anything dehydrates. Like, let's look at beef jerky, right? It's not moving. It doesn't have, you can't push it and make an indent in it anymore. It is what it is, and that's it. So we want our cells to be able to expand and contract. So when the cell expands, it brings in more nutrition, and when it contracts, it pushes out more waste. And structured water has the surface tension. It has less surface tension, so it makes it so it's absorbed 1,000 times better. So all of us, if we're not drinking structured water or drinking water straight from the side of a mountain, where Mother Nature has structured it, we're not hydrated. And I don't care how much water you drink, you're not going to get hydrated because it's not serving your body. So that is the reason why you need to be doing structured water.
Another good explanation is to explain that surface tension is also when it goes into your body, each cell has an aquaporin channel. And so the water comes in from our municipal systems, and it's basically all clumped up together. Gets into our system, tries to get absorbed. It's literally banging up against the side of the cells. For the aquaporin channel, the body will expend energy to put it into that structured format, turning it into either something that looks like sheets of paper, or if you dial that microscope even closer, it's going to look like a choo-choo train, HHO, right? And so now when we look at that aquaporin channel, the water can go zip right into the cell, and there's your 1,000% absorbability rate.
And for the amount of water we should be drinking, the average woman, now I'm talking average, less than 150 pounds, needs 3 quarts or 3 liters. And that water should be warm to hot, because that's gonna help get rid of the mucus, the excess mucus in all the tubes in the body. We build up mucus because the body is trying to protect that tissue and make sure it doesn't get harmed from whatever is going through. So we want to be able to get that mucus down. And for men, 4 quarts or 4 liters. And that's for the average man. If you're more than 180 pounds, then you need more. Same with women. It goes by your weight.
I'm going to show everybody my structured water unit, and this is looking a little dingy because I've had it for years and there's still nothing wrong with it. So portable structured water unit literally means put it in your hand, put it underneath the tap, run the water through it, collect it, and there you go. That's as simple as it gets. We've also got structured shower units, because when we're in the shower, we're generally showering in warm water. Our skin's cells, our pores open up. And so if it's not structured, we are just soaking in all those toxins. So it's a great option to invest in the portable structured water unit, as well as the stainless steel shower unit. And then if you want to take it all the way home, you get a whole home unit. And they've even got a unit now called Magna Ray, where there's literally a magnet in the middle, also adding some vibration in there, helping to pull apart those molecules even a little bit more. So we've got all kinds of options for you. And that is, again, one of those foundational things that everybody needs in their life is structured water.
And like we said earlier, structured water hydrates the body, where other water does not. So a lot of people talk about reverse osmosis and distilled water. They don't have anything in them. We need the minerals in the water. If we're not getting the minerals from our water, we're missing a huge important thing. Minerals are the electricity. And like Sandra said, electromagnetic. That's what we are. So we need that electricity, and water definitely gives us that. The earth is about 70% water. Our body is about 70% water from the neck down, and our neck up is more like 90% water. So, and the cells are about 90% water is what I understand. So we want to make sure we've got that amount of water in us so everything can function in an awesome, perfect manner. The next thing we're going to talk about is the black diamond. And the reason we chose that one next is because you put it in your structured water. So we figured we get the water ones done here first. So a lot of people ask about the difference between black diamond and black gold, and do you need both? Yes, you do. One, the black diamond works in the bloodstream, and it's small enough molecule to cross the blood-brain barrier. The black gold works in the digestive tract, and it takes 2 days to transition out of the digestive tract. So you can't interchange those two. So we're going to talk about the black diamond. The black diamond is the most effective healing and detoxifying humic and fulvic formula. Heavy metals, parasites. So it's going to get rid of heavy metals, parasites, chemicals, viruses, and fungus. It supports optimum micro balance with the gut. Natural electrolytes, and it delivers over 70 micronutrients to the cells. And again, when the cells are getting the nutrition that they need, they work better.
This is really an exciting product. In the kind of, if you're an old DACA detoxer, you're familiar with Tummy Love, and that was the first generation. And then, of course, the gentleman that formulates these says, you know what, I think I can do just a little bit better. So he went to work and made that molecule even smaller. So now we call it a crystal, black diamond crystals, like Lorraine said, past that blood-brain barrier. And so for myself, I do 3 liters of water a day. I do 1/8 of a teaspoon in my first liter. I'll throw in some either natural flavors like a slice of lemon. I'm really enjoying the super cinnamon and or the orange burst. And so, yeah, that is 2/3 humic and 1/3 fulvic. Anything else, Lorraine?
Yeah, it's a natural antioxidant. It helps to balance your hormones, and it neutralizes free radicals. So we want to take the benefit of all of this. You know, everybody is afraid of viruses. Everybody is talking about parasite cleanse. You know, if you could detoxify and cleanse your body on a regular basis, you don't have to do any cleanses. I remember doing a heavy metal cleanse, and it was, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks long. You did part 1, which is the way these things work. You did part 1 that cleansed out of the liver, I think, and then part 2 cleansed out of the rest of the body. But a heavy metal cleanse, when there's heavy metals coming out of your body, if you're not doing it right, no, even if you're doing it as it says to do it, you're going to get constipated. And when you get constipated, then anything going through that large intestine and supposed to be going out has the opportunity to be reabsorbed into the body. So you're kind of, doing a loop that's not serving you. So with this is every day you're going to be doing this. So every day you're going to be addressing the heavy metals, the parasites, the chemicals, the viruses, and the fungus. And at the DACA Detox, we know the fungus is probably the worst predator because it's the one that's going to drill those holes in the large intestine, giving you the leaky gut, which is really leaky large intestine, and then giving you the pooping in your pelvis. And I would say 99.9% of people have that. So we want to be able to nourish the body and help it to detoxify on a regular basis, so you don't have to stress your body in doing one kind of a detox, whether it's a liver, a gallbladder, a heavy metal, whatever. We want to be able to do all of that on a regular basis.
Wonderful. I just want to jump in, Lorraine. We have got quite a crowd of brave hearts out there already, 26 people cheering us on. So thanks for being out there and watching, guys. Great to post your questions. We're ready to answer those questions. We promise we're going to be here for an hour for you. And then what are we going to talk about next, Lorraine? The Beyond Ormus?
Yeah, the Beyond Ormus is the next one. So Beyond Ormus is a quite a new, it's a new formula. We had Ormus before, and now we've got Beyond Ormus. This stuff is amazing. The first time I took it, I guess Sandra and I were like the beta testers, and we didn't really know anything about how to take it. I don't know about you, Sandra. I just put it in my mouth. That's what I did, and it was like, holy, this stuff is alive. Like sparks were going off. And I thought, wow, what a feeling. So I know that this is way more powerful than anything that we've had before. So it's the world's most powerful electrolyte elixir. And most people would put it in your water, not straight in your mouth like what I did. But it was an interesting thing to do. It's going to help physical, mental, and emotional balance. And, when I looked up Ormus minerals, just Ormus minerals, not Beyond Ormus minerals, it also said it works on the etheric part of the body, which is the part that isn't seen. This is the spark of life. That's what it is. So anybody having any issues, you need to be taking this. It's going to support all of the birth of new cells. So those new cells have more of a spark of life in there. And when they have more of a spark in life in them, you have more of a spark of life in you.
I know when I first took it, everybody's got to find their own level. And you know what I'm doing now? And it maybe took me about 2 weeks to experiment, because I started with probably half an eyedropper and I went up to a full eyedropper. I am still taking 2 full eyedroppers in every liter of water. So that's essentially 40 drops. And I got about 2 weeks in. And as soon as I got up to those 2 eyedroppers, and it's like, whoa, I am still here at 3 p.m. I am still raring to go. And, you had to put the brakes on. So I definitely feel like this is going to be a part of my mainstay for a very long time. I haven't stopped taking it since it came out. So I definitely feel, like I said, mental sharpness is really there. I also feel like it's really helping to balance out minerals in people's bodies, right? When our system isn't functioning correctly, it doesn't know what to do with the minerals. And so this is going to help come into your body and in that etherical way, straighten things out, balance things out, and give you a sharpness and an edge that you just didn't have before.
Yeah. When our cells actually get what they need, because like I said, this is the spark of life. If we don't have this type of minerals, especially nowadays, we're missing so much. Like you're just going through the motions. You're not fully there when you're deficient. And when that little flame of light that's in every single cell is dim. So this is bringing the light back, that light energy body. It's igniting it and exciting it. If you were in a critical condition, like Sandra says, she takes 40 drops a day. And generally, that's what most people do. But if you're in a critical condition, you can easily take more. Easily. There is no downside. So you can bump that up to 80. I know that I just hosted Daryl here. And I needed that extra boost to get everything done because I was burning the candle at both ends. And it made a difference. I was able to work until 2 in the morning because I had a lot of stuff to do. And then the next morning, I was up at 6 and at the event for 7 to get everything set up. And I flew through the day. I did not have that down feeling, but this is part of it. This is a big part of it.
Sure. So just to clarify, I take 40 drops in every liter that I drink, and I drink 3 liters, 2.5 to 3 liters a day. So I'm keeping it that 40 drops in every liter. Some questions popping in saying there's a question about Candida. And Monica, we'll get to that when we talk about the black gold. So just everyone help remind me there. But let's scroll down. Rose, can you mix Beyond Ormus and essential oils together? Yeah, this is why we're talking about it with the structured water. Structure your water, throw your black diamond. I do black diamond, then I do straight humic, and then I either do another dose of black diamond or I do a dose of tummy love. My body just loves the variety. So definitely mix it up, and this is why we're talking about these all together.
Yeah, and the essential oils again. You want to do everything that you can to raise the body's vibration. And I mean, the black diamond, when you put it in water, it does a beautiful dance all on its own. It is high vibrational. Ormus minerals, high vibrational. Oh my gosh, really high vibrational. You can cook with these too. You can cook with these and you won't disturb them. So you could be throwing them in your soup or your whatever you're cooking. And if you have children, that might be the way to get it into them. Putting it in the water would be good too, because I don't really notice it in my water. Do you, Sandra? No.
No, I don't notice it at all.
When I put it in my mouth all by itself, it was, oh my gosh, my eyes went open.
I did my own experimenting, so maybe I should have checked this with Daryl before I mentioned this, but I put a little bit in a vaginal infusion one time. It was a Friday evening and just really feeling dull and didn't want to feel dull. And so I did a quick little vaginal infusion and I put a few drops in. I wouldn't probably say more than 5 drops. 20 minutes later, I am up like a little bird twirling around my house. And if anyone knows me, I'm a little bit of a tomboy. Twirling around like a birdie and singing is maybe not what I do on an everyday basis. So it was amazing. And then this past weekend, I happened to do some energy work on the Saturday. I personally like doing Reiki. And so Sunday morning, I just thought, you know what? I feel good. I'm still going to do my enema and I'm going to put some Ormus in here because I just feel like that moved a lot out on an energy level. And so, I kind of experimented and I put about half an eyedropper of the Beyond Ormus in my ultimate coffee enema this past weekend. And it was beautiful. I didn't feel high. I didn't feel, it wasn't too much. It was really nice. So So that's maybe just a side note, and we'll go back to the coffee enema at the end, guys, so we can add more in then.
Yeah. So no questions about the Beyond Ormus?
What does it taste like? Does it taste bitter? It might taste bitter if you're going to take it by itself, but we're mixing it in with water. And so we don't tend to notice a taste once it's mixed in with water. And then just the comment about mixing them. Yeah, but we got a ton of people watching, cheering us on. One lady met us in Extapa 2 years ago and is glad to see our happy faces on here. So hello, Connie. That's Connie Glazier. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Lots of names we know here.
Awesome.
Okay, where should we roll from there?
So next is our daily cleansing tea. So we're still kind of on the liquid part here. So with the daily cleansing tea, it's going to help balance your weight. It'll reduce inflammation and pain. It'll reduce stomach bloating. It balances appetite and craving. It flushes out harmful toxins. It naturally raises, energy level. It improves digestion, assimilation, and improves brain function and cleanses tissues and organs. So we need, like, in today's world, our body is bombarded with toxins. We cannot keep up. There's absolutely no way. And a lot of people will do a once a year cleanse. Again, once a year or twice a year, it's time to cleanse. The master cleanse or something like that. Why not do that gently on a daily basis? That's what this is. It is an amazing blend of herbs. And if you know Dr. Wolf, there's a secret ingredient in there, energy. So we want to be able to raise the body's vibration. And that's one of the things the tea does. It's going to help get the large intestine moving. When you first start taking it, we've had a lot of calls from people who said, I had 1 cup of tea and ended up with diarrhea while they used 1 tea bag for that. So their potency was, whoops, they didn't read the instructions. It says right on there, you're gonna take 4 quarts or 4 liters of structured water. You're going to bring that to a boil, turn turn it off and remove it. And then you're going to let the bubbles stop and put 2 tea bags in 4 quarts, 4 liters. That's a whole lot more than 1 cup, 8 ounces, right? And then you're going to let it steep for 8 hours. After 8 hours, you're ready to take it. So I put it in a couple of 2-quart jugs and it goes in the fridge. And then you start, if you've never had it before, you want to take it easy. Every time that you start something, unless you're in a real chronic condition where you want to front load, you're going to start slow. So 4 ounces in the morning, 4 ounces in the evening. A lot of people just love it straight out of the fridge. It kind of has I love the taste. I could probably drink it all day, but I don't. And do that for, 3-4 days, see how your tummy's feeling. And if you're ready, then bump it up to 8 ounces in the morning, 8 ounces in the evening. And see how you're doing. How are your bowels moving? If you're eating 3 meals a day, you should be having 3 good bowel movements. Now, what does a good bowel movement look like? Well, it's about 6 or 7 inches long. When you put your finger and your index finger and your thumb together, that is how thick it should be. It should float, not sink, and it should not stink. If it stinks, it's because something putrefied. It doesn't stink otherwise. And if something putrefied, you were feeding the bad bacteria, the fungus, and the parasites. So you want to make sure that all of these things that I just mentioned have a check mark beside it. And if something's not right, you may need to take more tea. So a lot of people will take another 8 ounces midday. And if that doesn't do it for you, some people have to make their tea with 3 tea bags. So it's more potent. And sometimes when you're so impacted, that's what you have to do. You got to get that flow, because our biggest problem is the constipation or the impaction. And most people don't understand. If like, most people think, oh, I'm going having a bowel movement once a day, I'm good. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you're eating 3 times a day, the only thing that stays in our body at the end of the day is the vibration or the frequency of what we brought in. So if you're thinking of the 3 meals you ate, and yeah, it probably compacts a bit, but you need to be pooping those 3 meals. And if you're not, something's not working properly. You are constipated. You may not be impacted, but you are constipated. And if if your bowel movements are just little tiny things and they look like rabbit turds, well, that used to be something that was a lot bigger. And it just got so dehydrated. So your body kept pulling the liquid out of it. And, we want to get that river flowing. So that's what the daily cleansing tea is going to do. Also detox all of the inner organs and, help balance your energy, balance your metabolism, all of that stuff. And it's an easy, beautiful thing you can be incorporating.
Yeah, I love the daily cleansing tea. And we at the Canadian Warehouse hear from so many people, and Lorraine, you're on the phones quite a bit too, of how the tea is a staple for them. For myself, I am a 3 bag tea. I spent a good 15, maybe even 20 years passing stool 2, maybe 3 times a week. So I had a real heavy program for holding on to things and not letting go. Even now, I still need to wake up in the morning and say, hey, body, when you give me a signal, I'm going to listen. I'm going to put my phone on pause or do not disturb. I'm going to get up and go to the washroom, right? So to change those emotional programs to assist the body, now that we're putting good nutrients in to help us move that out, I now need to be paying attention to the signals. So yeah, I'm still a 3 bag tea. I'm only doing it twice a day myself. And then a nice little addition to the protocol is the daily cleansing caps. And I heard Dr. Darrowolf say, the large intestine comes down, the descending part turns into the sigmoid, which is right before the rectum. And that is a little pouch. Now that pouch can, from all the dehydration and the impaction and just general trouble for years and years and years, that little sigmoid can get kind of almost folded over. So now your stool, and for some of us, our large intestine is actually prolapsed and is underneath the belly button. So just think about where all this stool has to do just to get out of the body. Then it comes down to the bottom and gets the sigmoid. And again, there's more corners to get through. So if you're still not moving stool, and we'll probably talk about the enema in a few minutes, a good old coffee enema would help. But add in some daily cleansing caps. I take 1 a day on top of my 8 ounces of tea in the morning and 8 ounces of tea in the evening. And that works really well for me. For myself, I love the taste as well, Lorraine. I find it nice and mild and gentle. And so sometimes I'm even putting my Beyond Ormus in there. I just sort of check in with myself and see what I need. So
Yeah. Any questions?
I will scroll for questions and you, Oh, the other tidbit I was going to mention is that Dr. Darrowolf has been at this for 41 years, people. We have our 41st anniversary sale going on right now. So I know for sure that the sale includes a 1-year package of tea. They're flying off the shelves. And the 6-week package of tea. 41% off. So that sale is only selected products and selected sizes. So do pay attention when you go to the store. Click on that first landing page and check out that first link to show you exactly what those products are included in the sale. But like I said, I'll scroll for comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next product we're going to talk about is the black gold. So for me, the black gold was the absolute first product of Doc of Detox that I started. And I was um, working with clients already. And I couldn't get my digestion to get better. And I mean, it's slightly better, but not where I wanted it to be. And I was carrying extra weight, and it didn't matter what I did. I was eating a clean diet, probably not food combining because I didn't know about that then, but I was eating a very clean diet, and I would say 80% raw and fresh, just because that's what I liked. But adding the black gold in there made an amazing difference. And I didn't. Yeah, I did know that it was more about the digestion than the tummy love. Well, the tummy love is about digestion, than the humic and the fulvic, because back then we didn't have the black diamond. But so I chose this, and I was really taken aback on how well this product works. Like it maybe took me a week to notice the difference. And we've got to tread lightly usually when we're transitioning into something new. And so we recommend that when you start with the black gold, you start with 1 teaspoon a day and you work your way up to probably a tablespoon. Some people will go to 2 tablespoons. It just depends on how deep your hole is, right? How critical things are and how quickly you want to make those changes. But the black gold is humic and fulvic powder. It is for the digestive tract, the greatest support. And like I said, that's what I needed myself personally. And that is exactly what I noticed. So it's going to get rid of fungus, parasites, heavy metals. It's nature's most powerful antibiotic. So if you've got any issues happening as far as inflammation goes, it improves oxygen levels. It protects the brain function. It restores gut flora. So it actually provides the good nutrition for your gut flora. And when that happens, the good microbiomes start to flourish. And when the good microbiome flourishes, the bad one has to go down. It's always symbiotic, right? So the good comes up, the bad goes down. So a lot of people would be taking prebiotics and probiotics. Well, you don't have to do that when you're on the black gold. The black gold is the prebiotic probiotic. So you don't have to worry about that. It inhibits viruses, fungus, and parasites. It delivers 70 plus bioavailable nutrition to the area, and it is natural chelator and detoxifier. And this stuff works only in the digestive tract, and it takes about 2 days to transition out. It also helps to repair that gut lining. It's going to balance your hormones, balance your metabolism, help you gain weight if you need to gain weight, lose weight if you need to lose weight. It's going to supply the good microbiome with the nutrition that it needs.
Yep, that black gold is going to go in and attach to the lining of the large intestine and act like a base for your personal blend of pre and postbiotics that you got from your mother to start to regrow and reflourish. So it's exactly what you need to get that balance back on track. Yeah, so I think we've sort of answered Rose's question, but Rose's question is, what do I need when that stool is stinking? What do I need to do to make that change?
When it's stinking, it's because the food is still putrefying. Just think about what does it smell like when something's putrefying? It doesn't smell good, right? So if your bowel movement is stinking, it's because things are still putrefying. So just know that there isn't a good balance there. Either you're not chewing properly, or maybe you're not food combining properly, or maybe you're eating in a rush. Maybe you're not giving your food the reverence it needs, so it knows to serve your body rather than the guest that might be down there. So, there's so many things that we can be doing when we're preparing our meals. Um, you know, drive-throughs are everywhere, and you could probably go through a drive-through, pick up your meal, eat it in 5 minutes, drive through again. Did you know that it takes 20 minutes for your stomach to send that signal up to your brain saying you're full? So sometimes we've just overate, and then that slows down digestion. Sometimes we've eaten more than one protein. That's going to slow down your digestion. And like I said, food combining properly. So if you're not food combining properly, you're creating the problem. Just you don't know it. So download that perfect day manual. Go to pdgfree.com and start going through it. And I think there's about 6 or 7 pages on food combining. And it's somewhere around the end of the 200s. I'm not sure exactly which page it is, but it's somewhere around the end of the 200s where that starts.
If it's a download it, it's a word searchable PDF. So just find that search bar in the top right hand corner and type in black gold, or type in whatever word you're going to try to find. The system is going to show you on the left hand side which pages those words show up on. So it's going to be a really handy resource. Even if you go and invest in the paper copy, I like having both because I can quickly find which pages and then flip to it in my paper copy and read through it there, because people really love the book, and so they're really enjoying having it. Dr. Dara Wolf made sure it was beautiful enough to sit on your coffee table, so it was a nice little showcase for you there.
And then what you could do too is get those little sticky things for the pages and maybe put a little note, food combining. It's right there. And now you can flip that and there it is. Or, you whatever else, maybe you wanted to know about the ultimate coffee enema, and just either, what is it, dog ear it, fold the corner in, or put a little sticky thing there so you can find that page.
Good. So Jean's commenting. So just beginning, you suggest starting with the black gold first. We kind of suggest the 3 products: the daily cleansing tea, the black diamond for the water, and the black gold for the food. And definitely, as we say, baby step into those protocols. There is suggestions on the bottle, on the containers, because everything we do, we want to do in a loving fashion for the body. So even if we're wanting to front end load those first 3 or 4 days, we can still be baby stepping into things. And then once our body kind of gets a feel for it, then you can start to really front end load after that.
Exactly. So with the black gold, it is kind of sandy. So some people don't like to maybe put it on whatever they're eating. I know Sandra doesn't mind putting on anything. I don't like chewing on something that's even got a little bit of grit to it. So it's just me. I mean, it may not be just me. There's other people out there. So I'll put it in my smoothie. That's the way I'll take it. You can make your coffee with it too, and it's going to make it so the coffee is less acidic, and that's a good thing. And then if after you've made your coffee, you add some C60 to it, wow, you now have better than bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, just to explain further, when I do my salad during the day, I'm putting quite a bit on it, so I'm never feeling like I'm chewing on the black gold either. I am not that hardcore. I definitely want to enjoy my food, so I generally will throw nutritional yeast on it, even though I know I've got lots of nutrients. That's just the way I love doing it, and then putting the black gold on my salad mixes in, and I never chunk, I never crunch down on my black gold. Yeah,
Okay, good. I'll have to try that.
yeah.
And it enhances the flavor. That's another thing that it does. So, however you need to take it, just get it in. I know when I first started with it, I put it in my water because I thought that that was good, and then it sinks to the bottom, so you have to keep stirring the water. I had one of my clients said that she could not put it in anything she was eating or drinking. And it was just a thing with her. So she asked if she could encapsulate it. And I said, of course. The big thing is that you get it into the stomach. And that's where it needs to get started. So encapsulate it if you need to, or better is to just take it. Just take it.
Yeah. Braveheart Michelle Tufton. I use a coffee grinder, and so she makes it even a little bit smaller, and then she drinks it that way. So everyone's got a different deal. As long as you're honoring your body and not trying to force yourself into protocols. Like I see people that, oh, it's 10 o'clock and I got to do this. Oh, now it's 1 o'clock and I got to do this. Really, your body's not going to take that in. You need to do absolutely everything in a loving fashion. And if I encourage people to, let's say, hey, it's 10 o'clock. Yay, I get to do this. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Yay, I get to do this now, right? Everything you try to do with your body, sometimes it's more in how you do it than what you're doing in a lot of ways, right? You have that good vibration inside. It's going to go a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Everything's about vibration. So when we can be reverence, hold reverence to these beautiful bodies and respect them and protect them and honor them and make every second an opportunity to bring the vibration up. And I can bring my vibration up just by putting a beautiful smile on my face. I can bring my vibration up by choosing to see what's good out there or what works out there instead of choosing what I don't want.
Sure. We've got a couple of water comments that I missed. So just pardon me, let's just backtrack just a teeny little bit. Mark says, I have an RO system. So am I better off structuring the RO water, then adding in the Ormus minerals, or use tap water and structure it, then add the Ormus minerals? I'm going to use my reverse osmosis water inside my cell power unit. Or if I'm going to nebulize something and I want a water to mix with it, I might use a reverse osmosis water there. But personally, I'm not going to be drinking reverse osmosis water myself. What do you think?
Yeah,
Lorraine?
I'm not drinking reverse osmosis. There's no minerals in it. So it's not serving the body at all, and is it hydrating the body? No, it's not. It's not. So we want to be able to be drinking water that is going to actually hydrate hydrate the body. So structured water, you can take it from your tap. You can, if you're getting bottled water from somewhere, you could structure it. I know when I'm flying, I put my portable water structure unit in my carry-on. So when I do grab some water while I'm at the airport, and when you're flying, you got to make sure you're hydrated. You really do. Your body is really transitioning. So I just make sure I structure the water, before I drink it. And yeah, that's about it.
The other comment was from Joyce. What about well water from Earth's ground? The only trouble that I know about well water is it still has the opportunity for surface water contamination. If something is in the water on the surface of the ground, gets into the well water, that's potentially, and then Otherwise, with well water, you're going to maybe have to watch for a heavy amount of total dissolved solids in the water. What do you think about well water, Lorraine?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, you could get your well water tested and, just to make sure everything's good. And it's good to do that every once in a while anyways. I remember talking to a girlfriend of mine and she hadn't tested her water for, I don't know, 10 years, something like that. And she was having a lot of digestive problems. And then they found out that indeed they had something in the water that wasn't serving. So, just getting it tested just to make sure. And I don't know if I'd do it yearly or every other year, but I would certainly be doing it. Yeah.
That's wise advice. Jean, I have a natural spring water close to me, so that would be a good thing to just get some spring water. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. A natural spring water would be that's the way that's Mother Nature giving us the water we need to drink. So why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that? I know I'm here in Calgary and when I was here before I moved to Mexico, I would go to one of the springs every other week and bottle up the water and bring it back. And it was the best water, which is structured. So one or the other. And then when I went to Mexico, I just brought my portable water unit and I used the tap water.
So did I, Lorraine. Okay, the water conversation just continues, love.
Yeah.
Magdalena, our Braveheart in Toronto, Ontario, and Dr. Dara Wolf's going to be doing a lecture with Magdalena on June 23rd in Toronto. So be sure to call in and get your name on the list to attend that physically in person. But Magdalena's comment here is, hi, gorgeous ladies. Thank you, Magdalena. um, when do you structure the water? 2 times? Does it make a difference? From what I know, Lorraine, is that you can structure something up to 6 times, and then the benefit past 6 times is so minuscule, it's hard to even measure past that. So certainly the person that's made this device did lots of testing and said, yeah, you can certainly put things back through that portable structured water up to 6 times, and then beyond that's probably useless.
Yeah. Do you?
I used to in the very beginning, yeah. And even because I was doing shift work in the very beginning, so I would literally carry my carrot juice to work with me. So if I was juicing it myself, I would even structure the carrot juice. Now, I didn't do that the 6 times because if you've got maybe 1 or 2 carrots that are a little bit off and you put that through the structured unit 6 times, then it's kind of done. It's kind of like because it's that vibration went down and I was using some carrots that weren't just quite perfect. And so put that through the structured unit 6 times and couldn't even drink it. But that was in a negative situation, right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't any longer. I do it once and I carry on. But in the very beginning, I was so thrilled with a structured water unit. Yeah, I would structure it several times for sure.
And I would say too, if your body is in a chronic condition, then you might want to structure it more, right? Maybe not right away, baby steps in the right direction, but work up to that. If I'm in a chronic condition, why wouldn't I want to do that? I know that I'm kind of like Sandra. I experimented with it for a bit, and now I just structure it once. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing about if you're in a chronic position, yeah, you're totally right, Lorraine. You're going to want it really high, but at the same time, let's baby step in. If we're really, really chronic, let's think of this as a number line, right? And or even just the scale. You're in a chronic position, your body's way down here. And if we're going to put in water that's way up here, that might be just too big of an energetic leap, right? But you jump into these protocols, baby step up, and your body will take that high vibration water down the road for sure.
Okay. Any other questions?
I think we're good on the water there. Yeah. So where did we want to go from there, love?
I think we're doing C60. Yes.
Sounds good.
So the C60. Now, C60 comes in MCT coconut or hemp. So what's the difference? The C60 MCT coconut, because it's a thinner oil, actually carries a little bit more C60. However, the hemp, which is a thicker oil, supports the cannabinoid system in the body, and that's what helps to calm our body. So, you get to choose which one you want. And that's the difference between the two. Well, and also the C60 coconut really does not have any flavor, where the hemp, well, it tastes like hemp, which is kind of a nutty, earthy taste. So the C60 is 170 times more powerful than taking vitamin C. So it's an antioxidant. So that means it's going to neutralize free radicals. And, we shouldn't be afraid of free radicals. You blink, you create free radicals. All we've got to do is be able to neutralize that free radical. And when the body is in a toxic situation, it doesn't have that. It can't do it. So we just need to support the body with things that are going to help us. And that the C60 is one of those products. It increases energy and improves stamina. It prevents, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time reading because it's small and the light's shining on me and I'm getting a reflection. It shortens the recovery time and decreases joint pain. It heightens mental clarity and concentration. It boosts sleep quality. It improves vision and protects the brain, pardon me, not the vein. It's great for the nervous system, your eye health, your skin, prevents neuron damage and potential to reverse Alzheimer's. So there you go. And that's about it. And C60, when it was first discovered, the gentleman who discovered it won a Nobel Prize. This is a big thing. It's the C60 is about longevity and, of course, neutralizing those free radicals. And when it actually puts the correct spin back on the mitochondria. So when the mitochondria of the cell is spinning like it should be, it gets healthy. And that's what we want. We want to be able to get our cells back to being healthy. And, every cell in the body reproduces at different times. So in 7 years, our entire body has changed. Our eye cells, I believe they're 1 or 2 days, and they replenish. But our bones are more like 7 years, not days. So all of our different tissues die off, the cells die off naturally and reproduce. And the thing about when a cell is reproducing, it actually is replicating the one that's dying off. So if you're getting sicker, those cells are getting not so healthy. And then it replicates a cell that's not so healthy. And that's why we get sicker if we're not addressing this situation. So we want to be able to get that cell healthier before it dies off. And that's C60. That's what it's going to do. I mean, there's a lot. Changing your diet does that, raising the body's vibration. There's a lot that's going to do that. But definitely, as far as taking the C60, most people would take maybe 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons a day. And then if you're in a chronic condition, you're going to take more. You're going to baby step into the right direction. And when you take it, you're going to put it underneath the tongue. You're going to allow that C60 to sit there for about 1 to 2 minutes. Allow the saliva to get into that C60 so it starts breaking it down. So when you swallow, it gets absorbed. It doesn't even enter into the stomach. Any time that you can take a nutraceutical that's going to get absorbed and doesn't enter into the stomach, it's going to work that much better, right? Because anytime it goes through the digestion, you lose some of the efficacy.
I know I really enjoy in the evenings taking a full eyedropper of the MCT and a full eyedropper of the hemp. I'm not a big fan of the taste of hemp, but if I buffer it down with the MCT, I'm getting the benefits of both. Plus, it's helping that endocannabinoid system to calm down and rev down from the day. So that's what I really love doing. Braveheart, Michelle Tufton, how many drops in the eyes with C60? I just do one because it feels pretty thick in the eyes, but it feels comforting. So I don't think you'd get a lot of benefit out of trying to put more than one drop in the eye at a time. So that's what I do. I'll even put like a drop in my ear. I don't try to overload the ear. I did that and then it was pretty thick for a while. So yeah, when I do eyes or ears, I'm definitely doing one drop per eye and then maybe just 2 or 3 drops in the ears, or maybe even just one sometimes. So definitely very multifunctional.
And the C60, it's an amazing thing to be using on your skin. For if you had a skin condition, if you had any open wound, even to help it heal better, and for wrinkles.
And then we've got a comment or a question when you were speaking about the C60 rejuvenating the body. This is a very interesting comment by Latonia. Sorry about that, love. I didn't do your name very well there. What do you think about the hydrogen water bottle? It's supposed to help rejuvenate the cells. So definitely we agree, my dear. And what else would you put in, Lorraine?
Yeah, that hydrogen water bottle, the cell power, it's amazing. It is amazing. One of the things that I've noticed, and I've had mine for, well, since we got it middle of April, I believe. So we're past the middle of May, so a good month. And I would bet I'm drinking at least 4, if not 6 a day. And what I've noticed is generally before, not every day would my poop float. Every once in a while, it would sink. And again, I know why it sinks. It's me hanging on, right? And but it also doesn't have the right amount of oxygen in the body. So now with the cell power, absolutely everyone is floating. So I know that if that computer printout is showing me that things are really good, I know that the rest of my body is functioning really well.
Okay, so we're coming up on an hour, Lorraine. Did
Okay.
anyone, if anyone feels like I've missed their comments or their questions, please just repost them at the bottom of the link really quick, because we want to keep this close to an hour for today. Keep it short and sweet and full of power for you. Did we want to venture into another topic, or what did we want to do now, Lorraine?
Well, we were going to talk about infinite iodine, and maybe we'll just cut at that. And then the next one, we can start with the ultimate coffee enema.
That sounds good. Yeah, I really think that's fabulous, Lorraine. And I guess just as a comment to wrap up, everybody, I would say Dr. Jared Wolf's protocols that he's put together and the products that he's chosen, he's in one sense kind of Daryl-fied everything. So if any product that he's taken on, he's always asked if there's something that he could change or do better, because Dr. Jared Wolf just has that high level of expectation for the products that he brings on. And also, I just wanted to speak about the comment where I said it's much more, or sometimes your intention of how you go about and do things is very, very important. So just know that these protocols can be very powerful for your body to bring them back into that balance that it needs to be in. But we're always going to baby step into these protocols. Like I said, even if you're ready to front end load, let's take those first few days or maybe even a week just to gently step into things and then get the body ramped up. We'll speak about the ultimate coffee enema next time, because that to me is making sure that exit pathway is working. We can take lovely stuff in, but if we don't have the exit pathway out on the bottom end, we're going to end up with a little bit of trouble. So that's kind of my wrap up comments for today, Lorraine. Oh, we do have a couple of questions popping in. So let's see here. Could you post the link for buying the products? Sure thing. We'll do that once we get off. And Rose, yeah. Just what Lorraine just said, what needs to change for your bowel movements to sink and not stink? It's that idea of hanging on. It's maybe calendar track your food, Rose. Maybe you got into a few things that are just too icky, sticky, blicky, and they weren't easy for the body to pass through.
Or it could be too that, there's a lot of toxins. There's a lot of toxins there. And heavy metals, guess what? They're heavy. And it's going to make it sink. So it's got to do with the amount of toxins that are coming out too. So when your body's not so toxic, it's going to float more. Yeah. Yeah. And then I guess that's about it for today. I want to thank everybody for showing up for yourself first, and being that amazing Braveheart. It's not easy, but very beneficial to learn how these bodies work and really anchor solid on the 4 pillars of the perfect day, which is the diet that we talked about last time, nutraceuticals that we're talking about today, and we'll talk about again next time, the exercises, and the number one thing that most people will not do is the emotional work. And that should be the first thing, because it is always an emotion that creates the trauma, that creates the issues in our tissues. And that goes from whether it's a stage whatever, inflammation, any pelvic issues, everything stems from an emotion, and that has been proven 100%. And in your perfect day manual, towards the back, I don't remember exactly where, it's got a lot of information about when you have this is what your thoughts have been. So that's another good thing to start thinking about. When you've got different issues, look in the back of that perfect day and see what emotion is connected to that issue. And then if I were you, I would get on the 12 loving steps, which is also in the perfect day manual. Start going through all 12 of them and do at least the 4 pillars of the 12 loving steps every single day. And one of those pillars is the Braveheart Oath. And that's what we're going to finish with. So I'm just going to. Do you want to say it this time? I think I said it last time.
I think I did, but that's cool. Whatever works. Okay, people. And on your end, read it all together. It is so powerful. I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am, I can, I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. You take care, Braveheart Nation, and we'll see you next week at the Perfect Day Q&A.
Thanks for joining us. Love you guys.